A North Central Kansas Sheriff's Office continues to look for tips in the disappearance of a man who vanished more than 3 years ago.
Oh, what was that? What was that? Oh yeah, we're on it. We are on it. That, my friends, is not a boat. Look at that, look at that, look at that, look at that. That's a car right there. That's an old school car. That's the LTD he was talking about. January 15th of 2019, 34-year-old Alex Head vanished from right here in Enterprise, Kansas, along with his 2002 silver Dodge Durango. We, in a few moments, are gonna meet up with Alex's mom. We're gonna meet up with Alex's stepdad, as well as his older brother, to get an idea of who Alex was as a person and the circumstances leading up to his disappearance.
So we're gonna meet with Alex's family and try to develop what we call a victimology profile. Who was Alex as a person? Where was his last known whereabouts? What hobbies was he into? What did he do for an occupation? So let's get right into it and we'll see what we can find out.
For families who have all but given up on finding their loved ones, this team is a last hope. Civilian divers cracking cold cases for free.
Growing up, Alex and James were like twins, but they weren't twins. They had their own little language and could talk to each other. They both were little
He was real smart and could have gone a long way.
What did you guys do? You said you guys worked together for a long time.
So we built transformers. So he was a lead in the testing department of what is now Sunbelt Solomon, but
and we all worked
yeah,
there.
we all worked there. But he could look at test results, gas analysis, and anything, and just diagnose a transformer just like that.
When this happened, like, what was it? How did you guys realize he was missing?
Well, he was living with us at the time, and I had gotten home from work and told him, you know, what we were having for dinner or what have you, and then he left because he was going to buy a vehicle. That was the last that I ever saw of him. But I mean, I didn't think anything of it. I mean, he's a grown man. If he was gone for a few days,
yeah,
you know, he had friends that he would go stay with or something. At the time, I didn't think anything of it.
Okay.
And mind you, he had taken out his 401k, so he had paid cash for the vehicle, and he also had money in his pocket.
Okay.
And he was probably going through some troubles. He took, I mean, as they know that, you know, he had departed from Solomon Corp where he was working, and he was about to ready to look for another job. He told me he was going to go camping, you know, that weekend. I spoke with him maybe for an hour and a half on the back porch. And I don't know if he ever made it up there to Milford Lake. But we checked up there, and they never had him as being logged in, so I don't think he actually went to the lake. He wouldn't have disappeared from there because it was after that fact that, you know, it was like a Tuesday. We said he was missing, and last time I talked to him was on Saturday. And so
I'm just picturing in my head, I was looking at the map last night, I'm like, if I was in Alex's shoes and I'm traveling to Salina, would I be going up to the interstate to go over, or would I Highway 40?
He wouldn't do interstate or Old 40. He would do...
Well, I mean, he wasn't supposed to be driving.
He would have went south on country roads, all the way down.
I don't think I've ever seen Alex drive anything but country roads.
Nope, he would have went south and did country roads all the way through.
Okay.
We did an airplane. I think we spent like a friend of mine. We did about 4 or 5 hours up in the air from Salina to Bennington. We flew over Milford, over Harrington. Of course, an airplane, we don't, I mean, it's not like a helicopter where you have like all this, the heat sensing stuff, and but trying to find anything if there's a vehicle just in the middle of the road somewhere, not moving.
So obviously our specialty is water. You know, when you have somebody that goes missing and missing with a vehicle, and the vehicle has been missing for an extended period of time, which, you know, we're working on, you know, almost 4 years now. Is there anywhere that you've been concerned about water-wise?
Smoky Hill River would be the only.
Yeah,
Like the area where.
I just don't see the Smoky being that. Like whenever it gets down, I think somebody would have found a Durango, right? I think either the Harrington Lake or the Harrington Reservoir or Milford Lake. Between those three.
So the Smoky Hill River, it gets real shallow?
It's
been really dry here.
You can walk across it.
So I'm looking for something to draw me to a specific area. I mean, coming into this without speaking to you guys and going over the case, I can tell you that my main focus point would have been the Smoky Hill River and Enterprise. But that's just looking at this. To me, it looked like it definitely was a deeper body of water. Outside of that, if I said, you guys send me, where would you send me right now? As a resource for you, and you said, Doug, I want you to check this spot. What would that be?
So with your specialties being in sonar, scuba, obviously I think the rivers are going to be shallow. I would say Harrington or Milford. So Milford Lake.
Milford's an awful big lake, though. I mean, where would he even?
But Harrington is not as busy, and there's a reservoir.
Milford? Milford's got several. Milford's the biggest lake in Kansas. So.
And there's a reservoir, and there's the actual Milford Lake. I don't know.
So what we're gonna do is we're gonna start our search. Obviously, you guys are. I mean, we're here to be a resource to you, so you guys can have as much or as little involvement as you want. From here on out, we're gonna be moving pretty fast. I want to go up to Chapman and check the river out. If we can easily rule that out, if it's shallow, that's just, you know, it's a process of elimination when it comes to bodies of water in the area. I do want to come back down to Enterprise and just confirm the river there as well. The river does look like it could be deeper there. And then we'll work our way out to Herington and Milford and rule
You're going to do that all in one day?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Lord.
Yeah, it does. I mean, knock on wood. I mean, we move pretty quick and we're efficient. It doesn't take long, especially if we're suspecting that it's a shallow river. If it is indeed a shallow river, it's the river itself we can rule out very, very quickly. Thank you guys for telling Alex's story and, you know, helping us help you.
And he did it
And
without tears. That's a big thing.
It takes a lot of courage, and you guys are very brave. We're just here to help, and if we can do so, we will. And, you know, knock on wood. You know, if he's here, I want to find him.
Well, I really want to put closure to it. It's driving me insane.
It looks really, really shallow. A wide river, but you can also see how it gets, you know, when it rains and stuff, all of that's underwater.
Yeah, it's going to be 6 feet deeper than the highest point.
Yeah. All right. There's a process of elimination. It doesn't mean anything. To save time, I think we need to go down to the lakes. You're going to go out of town. You go right to the south, back roads all the way there, and you can get away with that really easily, if that's the case. Or did he go down there to party, and was there an accident that took place? We don't know. You know, us just theorizing the why sometimes leads us to the where. It's just the brothers really fixated on Harrington, and they're both down there. So let's check those lakes out. Very shallow, it's only 3 feet. Lots of fish though, wow. 3 feet deep, it's not deep enough. We're gonna go along the stretch of this road right here. It's gonna be 484, runs right down along the side of this reservoir. This is Harrington Lake. It's on the corner of 484 and Trails Road. Still 3.8 feet deep on live scope. 5 feet on down imaging. Not deep enough to conceal a vehicle. In this particular case, we're looking for a Dodge Durango. You know, you're looking at like, you know, a few inches shy of 6 feet tall. You're gonna need a few feet for water fluctuation with times of year and so forth. I would say a 9 feet. 9 feet of water here will conceal a Durango for several years, as long as the water doesn't drop. You know, we're not in Florida where there's a really healthy water table. You know, little ponds and lakes that never drop. We're not working with that here. We've seen several bodies of water already here in Kansas that don't even exist right now. The Smoky Hill River, you can walk right across it. However, Dylan did a lot of investigating for us, and we were able to pull up records that show that it gets up to 12 feet deep. You know, but that's during peak storm season and when there's just a lot of weather activity. It's getting a little deeper over here. 7 feet deep on down imaging, 6.7 on live scope. Water temperature 65 degrees. Oh, what was that? What was that? I don't know what it was, but it's only 3 feet tall. Should be right here to our left. Right about now. What is that? I don't think it's a vehicle. Something man-made for sure. I think it's a boat. It's like 4 foot tall. It's definitely not, doesn't appear to be tall enough. And it looks like this is a rocky bottom. So I wouldn't expect it to be sunk in. Although, you just never know. What is that? What is that? Off to the side. Oh yeah, we're on it. We are on it. That, my friends, is not a boat. Clean. So water depth right now, the line that we're at is 6 feet. It's just definitely not tall enough. All right, now we're locked on again. Once we get this buoy in the water, I can get some better scans. It's just not tall enough. But the buoy's gonna give us some reference points. Coming up on live scope, right? Now, I'm like borderline confident this is not a car. I just need to get some better scans. I'm struggling to get a better angle. Size doesn't match up. The magnet is hung up. It's not really like stuck on. We're gonna run right over the top of it right now. It should be coming up here in 3 seconds. 1, 2, and 3. Right there. Boom. What is that? It's in size, it's 4 feet. 3.5 feet tall. Yeah, and the magnet is not magneted on, it's hung up. I'm not seeing wheels. I'm not seeing anything. At this point, absolutely not worth diving on. I've seen zero characteristics of this being a vehicle. It was an anomaly. With more scans, I'm able to determine, there's no wheels. The magnet wasn't sticking to it. It was just getting hung up on it. There's a big difference when you're searching for a vehicle. Not to mention the size just never added up. I thought the magnet stuck at first, but it definitely is not what we're looking for. There's the dam. It's only 6 feet right here. 6 feet right in front of the dam face. No bueno. Shallow, man. There's only a foot over there on that entire shore. We're gonna make our way over here to the other side where there's a park. We're out here in the middle of this lake. It's only 5.4 feet on live scope. Not what we thought. Not what we thought. Process of elimination. All clear. Only gets down to about 7 feet in one spot. Other than that, I checked all along the road. Out here, it's only 3 feet, so not deep enough. But all along the road here, I figured maybe if it was an accident. We know he just bought the Durango, so was he back here showboating and having fun with it? Or so I ran all the way around the road, all the way around, nothing, just not deep enough.
Right.
So I'm guessing the lake side's gonna be deeper.
The reservoir?
Yeah.
Possible. I don't know, I've never been on the lakes here.
Well, we'll find out, and then get up there to the pond after that.
Only issue with the pond is I don't know if this will make it back there.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay, all right.
I'm gonna find another way in there.
What was your guys' thinking? Like, how did the pond come into play?
It's close to, and it's hidden.
Mm-hmm.
So that you could go back there and
Dump something?
yeah.
Okay, all right. So more along the lines of maybe somebody did something, was trying to hide something.
Right.
Okay, all right.
Yeah.
Okay, so what? How long after his disappearance was it scanned?
This has been the last 3 or 4 weeks of the scan.
Oh, okay, yeah. I was gonna say if it was like right after, a new vehicles that have been underwater a short amount of time come up real weird. You don't get a real good definitive reading on them. But if it was just a couple weeks ago, then.
And I've been told that it used to be a sand mine or a salt mine.
So it could possibly swallow something up too.
Right.
Okay, all right. Well, if there's anything in there, we'll find it.
Basically, you can probably get a car back there.
Okay. We'll look at it.
Don't know how big yet.
Yeah, we'll look at it. And if we have to march the boats back there, we will. We're used to it. So we just cleared the boat ramp we launched in that entire area. It's really shallow other than right there at the boat ramp, but really clear, really easy to read this section of lake. Not a lot of anomalies whatsoever. And we're heading down to the other boat ramp, which is further into the reservoir and also in a more concealed location. So that's where we're heading over there right as we speak. This back boat ramp location is, as long as it's 8 feet deep right here and continues up to the boat ramp, I really think we probably are going to find a vehicle. It's only 5 feet deep off the boat ramp.
If we get out to about there, but even still, that's not deep enough.
4 feet.
Yeah.
Starting to drop off a little bit. See how shallow it is right there. So this is clear, both areas. It's really shallow out there. For the most part, it's really shallow. Nothing out there, really clear bottom. And we're gonna head up there to that pond that they had already checked. They were suspicious of, so if they're suspicious of it, so am I. You know, so is this something that just wasn't detected because of a different piece of equipment or lack of knowledge of it? I don't know, but we're gonna go and rule it out. And I think if that doesn't produce anything, Milford, you know, Milford is really after that. That's really the only big thing left in the area, you know. So the family mentioned Larry mentioned, stepdad mentioned that he said he might want to go camping up at Milford. So once you're in Enterprise, Milford is like 25, 30 miles away, just like this one is. So we have the pond and we have Milford. Milford makes sense. So that's the plan from now.
It's gone down quite a bit since I was here last, just a couple weeks ago.
Gotcha. Well, still sizable and possibly deep enough.
It was 12 feet
12 feet.
the day that they came out.
How far up do you say the water was at that time? Right here? Okay, then it's still a good 10 feet deep then. That's enough to hide.
You can see it drops off pretty quick.
Yeah, that's still deep enough to hide a vehicle.
Yeah, so it's kind of out that way, about 30 yards maybe.
Okay. All right, let's get a boat in water and see what we can find.
Probably 5 feet. $11 feet right here. $12 feet. 11 feet deep, right in the middle. Yeah, nothing in here. This is clear. Really clean. Nothing in there at all. Just a real clean bottom. How deep was it when they were here? 12 feet? Okay, yeah, it's still 12 feet out here at the deepest. Yeah, nothing at all. And there's a boulder out there, but
That might have been what they saw.
yeah. There's a boulder and like right out there. Other than that, I mean, there's some tree on that side, but nothing at all the size of a vehicle, nothing even close. Real easy read, smooth. So we're here, we're looking for Alex's head. missing out of the Enterprise area. Yeah, so we've been down at Harrington, as well as there's a few private ponds up there in Enterprise and so forth. He's missing in a 2002 Dodge Durango, and this being the only other major body of water near there, we figured we'd come up here and do some scanning and try to find it. So we were working with Enterprise PD this morning, and he was like, yeah, he showed me a picture of stuff that you guys have found out here.
Well, I'm not so sure. I'm going to go back and review the footage on it, but on sonar, I'm pretty sure we picked up a car over there.
Off of the dam side?
Right there on the corner of the dam.
Really?
Like I say, I gotta go back and look at it, but
okay.
It was about 40 foot.
Okay.
And it looked like a car to me.
Okay. Okay. All right. Did you guys dive on it at all?
No, I just found it today.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Wow.
I literally just got out of the water, so I've been on it all day. And I just happened to be over there. They had a fishing tournament here, and I was just watching the weigh in and all that stuff.
Oh, nice, nice.
I was just going over it.
Is there any other cars in here that you know of?
No. Not
Okay.
off the top of my head.
Okay.
I know for a fact that one's there.
All right.
Not sure about this one,
All right, the one over on the rolling.
but yeah, the East Rolling Hills.
Okay. So if we do find anything like with a Durango we're looking for, we'd reach out to you guys directly?
Yes. Go
Okay.
out to the Gary County Sheriff's Office.
Okay.
You can hit 911. It'll take you right into the dispatch center and
Okay.
tell them what you're doing. We have a dive team.
Yeah.
He's one of the members of the dive team.
Okay.
We have a boat to dive from. They can
Yeah.
dive from the shore.
Okay.
So yeah, just get in touch with us and we'll
Yeah.
send somebody out.
Yeah, if I'm not gonna bug you guys unless I know for sure.
Yeah,
so
no, you're
so
good.
if I scan something I believe to be an SUV, I'll dive on it. I won't
Yeah.
mess with it, just to identify and assess it,
Yeah.
and then notify you guys. Regardless, if I dive on anything, I'll let you guys know what I find and so forth. I'll update you.
I appreciate that.
Yeah, yeah. Sounds like we know we have two cars in here. One of them we know they've dove on, which is over on the other side. The other one he says he seems to think he found today. We'll see what that anomaly is over there on the dam wall. Whatever that is, it's gonna be really old. It's 30 feet right there. Nothing in here. Really clean bottom. Big boulders. Big boulders here. So he said that the sheriff said he thought he scanned a car over here. He said it was around 40 feet deep. So let's try to find what he was referring to. 25 feet deep. Now, while we're looking for what the sheriff saw over here that he thinks may have been a vehicle about 40 feet deep, I want to take a second to encourage each and every one of you who are watching this to please hit that subscribe button, hit the bell notification so that you can be up to date on all the new releases that come out. And just so you're aware, every video that we release early to members. If you have the ability to become a member, please try to do so. It helps us stay on the road, helping families, and all the contributions that we receive, whether it's donations, whether it's a hat, or whether it's a t-shirt that's purchased on adventureswithpurpose.com, or it's a window breaker that's purchased on awpwindowbreaker.com, and or simply just watching this. Like I said, hit that subscribe button. That's the biggest thing you can do for us, is simply watching us be a voice for the voiceless and out here fighting for those who can no longer fight for themselves. Please, if you're watching this, you are not subscribed, hit that subscribe button. 45 feet deep. Big boulder over there. Oh no, down imaging. That was about 40 feet deep. I wonder if that's what he was seeing. We're gonna go right up here to the boat ramp that's right behind us, the rolling hillside. I'm gonna go just to the side of the boat ramp. 43 feet. Really clean bottom out here. All right, it's coming up 39 feet. 17 feet deep. Nine feet. Six feet. Coming up quick. 1 foot. I see the little debris pile over here, old rusted out junk pile. He did say that the car over here was really rusted out. Holy moly. No car here, 1 foot. Look at that, look at that, look at that, look at that. That's a car. Right there. That's an old school car. That's the LTD he was talking about. Old car. Come off that cliff a long time ago. Let's get a good scan on this. Look at that on live scope right there.
Oh yeah. Is that missing the hood or is that the...
It's just rotted out.
Yeah.
Big body car. There it is, coming back up. At least we know that's not our car. And they've dove on that. They've confirmed that they've dove on that, so. There's poles right there. And I guarantee you got a dead end road that I was looking at on the map. Yep. Right up there is a road. It's a big turn right there. You lose control. Or if you're wanting to ditch something a long time ago. So far we've been able to confirm exactly what the sheriff told us. Everything he said was 100% spot on, very credible. He's a part of the dive team as well. So it's just, it's good to run across resources that are really on their A game. It makes what we do when we're in their areas that they've dealt with a lot more efficient. If what he told me, you know, was like Swiss cheese and I'm out here finding other stuff, I know that, you know, there's, you know, a lack of knowledge in how to use sonar and inadequate resources and so forth. That's not the case here. And with Geary, Geary is on it. This case is winding down. It's winding down. We were able to rule out, you know, a lot of area in this case. And I think the biggest point in this, and with any of our unsolved cases, is that you guys get the chance to understand that Alex is missing. Somebody out there knows something. Somebody out there may know someone that knows something. There may, you know, there's a possibility this could be foul play. The family sure thing seems to think that there's a possibility of foul play, you know, surrounding this case. And if that's the case, hopefully by us being a voice for Alex's family, for Cindy and Larry and James, that we can hopefully uncover some information. And if anybody out there does know something, man, reach out to the Enterprise Police Department. Detective Thompson is head of the case. Great guy. They just don't have anything to go off of. It's definitely a cold case. We cannot justify staying another day without information that's driving the search. And when there's nothing else to go off of, a case goes cold, they have to continue on to better justify utilizing those resources to best serve the public. When we come in, we take what we have, and we can take what they don't have or they've stopped working on, pick it up, work it, but we have to come to that same conclusion too.
So if you're watching this and you have any information pertaining to what happened that night with Alex Head, January 15th, 2019, reach out to the Enterprise, Kansas Police Department, Detective Thompson. Let him know what you know. If you know somebody who knows something, let him know what you know. Also, you can reach out to us, support@adventureswithpurpose.com. If you have any information about this, we'd love to hear from you and look into it further.
If any information does come in that can lead us into a better search area and so forth, we'll be back. We'll be back in a heartbeat. You guys have seen us do it with multiple cases where we've put the episodes out, we've filtered in those tips that come in and the information, and we end up coming back and solving the case. So please, like Peter said, if you know something, say something. And with that being said, we'll see you on the next one.